Hi everyone and welcome back to today's morning report with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Hantech Markets for Wednesday the 5th of March. We're going to move on to this euro dollar chart now, and I said in the main overview that I did earlier that there's been a bit of consolidation, I think, in the currencies, certainly for euro and sterling in the early hours of European trading, and there's no real move as yet been made. And if we move on to the very quickly onto the onto the intraday chart, you'll see that. And normally, what you'll find is early in European trading that people will make their move fairly early, between like 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning, but as we speak at the moment, there's been no real move as yet, and I think that is fairly indicative of the fact that there's going to be a lot of data out today that investors will be very mindful of. And there's a fair amount of caution going on, and certainly this intraday chart on the technicals, I've used frequently the fact that you've got this 200-hour moving average, the black line here on this chart, which has been a very, very, very good basis of support throughout the last few weeks on this chart, and became resistance in the back end of February, but then is now becoming support again. And certainly that's around where this euro dollar rate is now trading, and it'll be very interesting to see how this one develops. As I said, the consolidation is going on at the moment, and the momentum indicators, for example, are just drifting back again. There's not a huge amount to be read out of that. So I think you're going to be now looking at that reaction low from yesterday that came in at 37.19 as a bit of a watershed there, because if that breaks down, then that would suggest that certainly in light of the improving situation in the Ukraine, that was marked to be the low of yesterday, as Putin announced that he was going to end the military exercises. Now, if that level now breaks, then that would be certainly not a great development for this euro dollar chart, I think. On that, but on the daily chart, you'll see that there's still just a fairly slow and just consolidatory drift, I think, back towards that $1.37 mark, which has been a bit of a pivot level on this chart throughout the past few months. And I do still ultimately believe that this chart will be pushing higher. I think with all the moving averages fairly positive, although you've got this 55-day moving average flattening off. I think this is still got a positive outlook on this chart. And these momentum indicators are just sort of unwinding slightly. They're not really majorly corrective, and I think that $1.37 mark will still be a basis of support for the daily chart. But on the intraday chart, I still think, as I said earlier, that this 37.19 mark is interesting, and it sort of protects a move back towards that test of that $1.37 mark that we've got intraday. You've got a series of lower highs in place, which you would argue is slightly concerning, but what the bulls will certainly be looking at ultimately, therefore, is that move above that 37.81. If that can be achieved today, then the outlook will certainly turn far more positive once more in this chart. And certainly I think you'll be looking for some positive data. The European PMIs don't seem to have made much difference on the service sector PMIs. They don't seem to have made much difference yet on this chart, but maybe it'll be this afternoon with the ADP report number at 1:15, and also the US ISM non-manufacturing number at 3 o'clock as well. That could have an impact on this chart, but certainly at the moment there's a fair amount of caution going on in Eurodollar, and I'm just going to stick on the sidelines with this one at the moment as this one develops. Anyway, I wish you good luck in your trading on Eurodollar, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.